Hello, it's Matthew Guyver again, and the title of today's video is Gays Invading Your Church. And I wanted to give this video a humorous title for a couple of reasons. But first, mainly, I just wanted to poke a little bit of the silliness at the issue that is surrounding a more serious legal issue, and a more serious issue that a lot of people are concerned about regarding Prop 8. But I'm here to say, have no fear. Us gay rights activists do not intend to invade your churches, and we don't want to force your religious beliefs to change because of us. But for some of you that are wondering, what exactly is this concern? Well, the concern spread by the Yes on 8 campaign was that if 8 were not to have passed, that gay couples would effectively be forcing your churches to accept their marriages and recognize their marriages and grant same-sex couples marriage licenses. But this is not true. And before we continue, let me read you the text of the California Supreme Court ruling that allowed same-sex couples to begin getting marriage licenses. It says, and I quote, "State officials will take all necessary and appropriate steps so that local officials may begin issuing marriage licenses to same-sex couples, but that no religion will be required to change its policies or practices with regard to same-sex couples, and no religious officiant will be required to solemnize a marriage in contravention of his or her religious beliefs." So first of all, the court basically issued precedent saying that same-sex couples couldn't take issues and couldn't sue religions, and that religions would not have to alter their beliefs or practices. And when a court sets precedent, it basically is setting law. So based by essence in California law says that only state officials are required to recognize same-sex marriages. The religions won't be forced to change their practices. But some of you are probably wondering, why is this a legal issue? We all know that private organizations are allowed to discriminate. I mean, that's how the KKK exists. So why is this any different? Well, that's where it gets a little bit trickier. When a church grants someone a marriage license, technically they're acting on behalf of the state because they're issuing a legal document that the government recognizes. That's why when someone gets married in a church, they don't have to go to the courthouse to get a marriage license. So technically this church is acting on behalf of the state, and that's where people are concerned they would be sued. They're concerned that their churches would be sued because they're making this action. However, and they claim that this is the next logical step. However, the next logical step to what? What California gay Americans are fighting for is equal rights under regard of the law, not in your religion. There is no next logical step. If we're allowed to get marriage licenses, that's what we're fighting for. And remember, let's not forget that the court case set precedent saying that religions wouldn't be forced to alter their practices. But people are always quick to talk about the Swedish example, where a priest was sued and taken to court because he refused to grant a same-sex couple a marriage license. But however, let's take a step back. First of all, that's in Sweden, not in America, and Swedish law is completely different than California law is with regard to same-sex marriages. The California ruling specifically said religions wouldn't be forced to alter their views. And let's not forget about Massachusetts, where gay marriages have been going on for about 5 years now. In those 5 years, there hasn't been a single case of someone trying to sue a church to accept their gay marriage. I think people bring up these words next logical step because it comes from the fear of the idea that gay couples are trying to take something away from straight married couples and straight families, when it's not true. We're not trying to take anything away from anybody. We're trying to encourage equal rights and the freedom to practice whatever religion you want. We're not trying to change that. So I encourage people to get more involved, to help clear up some of these issues and these misunderstandings. Please visit our website, www.undohate, to find out how you can get involved. Like I said, like we've mentioned on the blog many times, the California Supreme Court has agreed to hear the cases surrounding the legality of Prop 8. So I strongly encourage everyone to email the Supreme Court justices regardless of what your opinion is, and check back our site often for more information on how you can help. Thank you.